Hello there YouTube, Tiddlywinks is here. Before we start with this really grim video, I wanted to start by trying to cheer everybody up with my new shirt, Party Animals, and it's got that silly donkey and elephant of the Democratic and Republican parties, which everybody knows I am neither. But now what I want to talk about is definitely a top priority, very sad, and this new assault weapons ban looks more like let's ban all guns but frickin' muskets ban. And let me go ahead and start reading Dianne Feinstein's ban she's going to send here to the Senate on the 3rd of January so they can pass it. Then it will move to the House, which I have no clue if the House will pass it. My guess is it hopefully will be stopped by the House if you contact your senators and your representatives, give them a letter, give them an email, call them like I do. I've sent tons of emails, tons of letters, and I've called. Gotta do it, guys. It literally takes 20 minutes out of your day. 20 minutes, and we could possibly stop this. Show that we do not want our guns registered. Show that we do not want an assault weapons ban. Show that we are happy with what we have, and we will not let our Second Amendment be tromped on. Now let's get into Miss Tyrant, Dianne Feinstein. By the way, if you go to whitehouse.gov /petitions, they do have a wonderful petition that will, it's basically to try Dianne Feinstein for treason. Because this thing is so horrible, this assault weapons ban. I'll go ahead and start. It will ban the sale, transfer, and importation or manufacturing of 120 specifically named firearms. She will actually name Bushmaster AR-15, Masterpiece Arms, Glock, certain other semi-automatic rifles, handguns, and shotguns that accept a detachable magazine and have one or more military characteristics, and semi-automatic rifles and handguns with a fixed magazine that can accept more than 10 rounds. So that what am I trying to say? That SKS that you have with a 30-round fixed magazine, not going to be grandfathered with this. Well, it will be grandfathered, but you can't buy it after, and it bans it. And what it's going to do is turn it into an NFA weapon, and I'll get to that in a minute. This is going to strengthen the 1994 assault weapons ban and various other bans by moving from a 2-characteristic test, which it used to be you could have like 2 of the characteristics and the gun could still be sold, to a 1-characteristic test. It's only allowed to have 1 characteristic. And it eliminates easy to remove bayonet mounts and flash suppressors from the characteristic test. Banning all firearms with a thumbhole stock and bullet buttons to attempt to work around the prior bans. So no more thumbhole stock pistol grips, ain't working. Bans large capacity ammunition feeding devices capable of accepting more than 10 rounds. So basically no belt driven, no already fixed ammunition devices, no external feeding device, no nothing. Anything that accepts more than 10 rounds, ex-nay. Grandfathering weapons legally possessed on the date of enactment. Exempting over 900 specifically named firearms used for hunting and sporting purposes. Exempts antique, manually operated, and permanently disabled weapons. Of course. So you can have a musket, guys. So you can get your AR-15 or your AK grandfathered, but right here it says, requires the grandfathered weapons to be registered under the NFA, the National Firearms Act. It will become a Class 3 weapon. To include background checks, type and serial number of the firearm, positive identification including photograph and fingerprint, certification from local law enforcement, of identity, and that possession would not violate any state or local law, and a dedicated funding for ATF implement registration. So basically, your semi-automatic sporting rifle has now become a machine gun, according to her, and they will make it that, and they will register that. Now, let's talk positive here. Do I think that it will pass through the House exactly how that's written? Well, the Senate, I'm kind of all up on, and I think that maybe it might pass through the Senate. The good news is she's so freaking radical that nobody in the Senate and the House ever listens to anything she says. She's tried this before. It's BS. Now, this is her comprehensive plan that Obama asked for. And it will get rid of the gun show loophole, which just means you won't be able to private transfer without an FFL. Basically, I don't know that it'll pass through the Senate and then pass through the House. I don't see how the House could allow that to happen. But there are a lot of Republicans that are on the side of an assault weapons ban right now. I do not think that they would want that kind of assault weapons ban. So what I do think is we might see a little bit of that legislation get passed, but not all of it. So like I said, senators, House, call your governor and remind them of the 10th Amendment, that this is a state right. This has nothing to do with the federal government, except for the taxing. And write something to the president and let him know how furious we are. This is not cool. I mean, this is something that is taking away our Constitution. Remember, if anybody here is ex-law enforcement, military, anything that is sworn to the Constitution, an oath, to help defend it, if you are not writing your congressman and stuff, you are not defending. And join the NRA and the Gun Owners of America. I'm putting links to all this crap below. I'm making it real easy. I got a link to get in contact with your senators, with the president, and with your House of Representatives. So please do it. Tiddlywinks is signing off. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. Rate, comment, subscribe. And God bless America. Fight for the Second Amendment. And for the entire Constitution. For the Second Amendment is the only thing that is going to save the rest of our Constitution.